This episode of The Young Turks brought to you by Squarespace.
Go to squarespace.com/TYT and get a 2-week trial for free.
There was a correct decision from the Supreme Court today, and that was on the Westboro Baptist Church case. These are the guys that are loathsome. I can't disagree with them anymore. I don't know anybody in the country, conservative or liberal, who agrees with them. They go protest in all sorts of places, but usually at funerals and usually of our soldiers that were killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. They come with signs saying God hates the U.S., God hates faggots, and he thinks because, or they think because America condones homosexuality, in their opinion, that our soldiers are fighting for that somehow, and it's their fault. It's really perverse logic, and of course the reason that they do that is to gain attention, because they are literally trying to find the most loathsome thing they can do to piss everybody off, to grab headlines for their ridiculous anti-gay, anti-abortion stances. One of the other things they did was they protested over Elizabeth Edwards. Why? They said after her son died, she did in vitro fertilization. And apparently God is also against in vitro fertilization. It's messing with her womb. Now, they don't mind getting in her womb and telling her what to keep, what not to keep, etc. But apparently they're very angry if anyone else does. So, or if she has control over her own womb and deciding what to have. By the way, she had 2 kids. Like, I thought they were pro-life. They should be happy about that. Anyway, there's no sense in trying to make logic of Westboro Baptist Church. They're a bunch of clowns. And that's what they do. They do theater, right? Now, so why am I in favor of the Supreme Court ruling on their side? Because, look, in this country, we have First Amendment rights, no matter how loathsome this speech is. As long as it's not a direct incitement to violence and some other very, very small exceptions, if it's just political speech and it's deeply, deeply unpopular as it is here, it still must be protected. We don't get to make that decision, because if we do, then what's next? Then, well, that was a little loathsome to some of us. The conservatives didn't like that speech. They thought it was really loathsome to them. Trust me, they say that about us, right? And then liberals, well, we don't like the speech on Fox News. We find it loathsome all the time. Rush Limbaugh, can you be any more loathsome, any more unpopular with a great majority of the country? Well, look, that's why we have the First Amendment. We cannot go down that road. The First Amendment doesn't protect popular speech. Popular speech doesn't need to be protected. It's like if you said, oh, I'm interested, I love pretty flowers and good movies and tasty popcorn. Nobody's going to fight you on that, right? Well, on the popcorn is fattening, they might fight you. But they fight you on unpopular speech. Unpopular speech must be protected. So the Supreme Court made the correct decision here. It was 8-1, by the way. The one was Samuel Alito. I don't think that guy really has any principles. It's funny because the guys that, in my opinion, are the least principled are the ones that claim to be the most principled. He's like, oh, I am a conservative. I have a lot of principles. Even Clarence Thomas and Scalia and the others voted in favor of First Amendment rights here. But he's like, I was so offended. I didn't like that. They hurt my feelings. I'm going to vote against them. That doesn't make any sense at all, He's like, this was just vulgar. Who cares if you thought it was vulgar? Yeah, I thought it was vulgar too. The First Amendment doesn't say, okay, you have the right to free speech, except if Sam Alito thinks you're being vulgar. All right, but luckily the rest of the Supreme Court did not agree with him, so he lost. If you want to build a website or a blog, where do you go? You go to squarespace.com.
Squarespace just pushed a brand new social widget for geolocation services. Display your most recent check-ins from Foursquare, Gowalla, and Facebook Places on a live Google map. Go to squarespace.com/TYT and get a 2-week trial for free.